There's many ways to complete your assignments in CIS 110. Most assignments simply ask you to read an article and write a response in Moodle. That's pretty straightforward. Some ask you to create a document and then upload that single document to Moodle. Again, that's pretty straightforward. In some cases, you have to create multiple documents and then upload them into Moodle. And depending on how your instructor has set up Moodle, it could be simple where you just upload each one individually. Or in some cases, Moodle will only allow you to upload a single file. So if you have multiple documents that you need to send to your instructor, you would need to create a folder, put the files into the folder, and then zip that folder up into a zipped file. I have another video on here on how to do that. Check that out if you want. There is another option though. It's called the Windows Steps Recorder. The idea behind this, Microsoft's idea behind creating this software, was if I am a user and I experience a problem, I wanted to be able to create a video / photographic trail of everything that I've done, basically a book or a diary on everything that I've done to reproduce that problem. It's the digital equivalent of someone telling you, you know, I clicked here, then I clicked there, and then this thing automatically popped up. It's a digital equivalent of that. What's nice about the Windows Steps Recorder is, let's say for example your assignment in CIS 110 is to create a document. You could create the document, then send the document to your instructor, and that would be proof that you had done the assignment. But maybe your instructor wants, or perhaps you want to send the actual representation of you completing the assignment, not just the finished product. Meaning you want to send them all the steps that you use to accomplish your goal rather than just the final finished product. Windows Steps Recorder is wonderful for this. Again, if you have Windows 7, anything except Starter Edition, this is how you'd go about doing this. Go down to Start, and in the little search box there, type Steps. The only thing that should pop up will say Record Steps to Reproduce a Problem. Click on that, and you get this VCR looking interface with basically two buttons: Start Record, Stop Record. Later on I'll show you how to add comments, but for right now the very first thing you need to do is come over here to your right, go to Settings, Settings. Click on that little down arrow and click on Settings. By default, Windows Steps Recorder will only create screenshots of the last 25 steps that you have performed. In most cases that's going to be perfectly adequate, but in some cases you may want more. I generally try to change this number down here, number of recent screen captures to store. I generally change that to 100. By doing that, I'm sure that I'm going to get all of the pieces of my assignment. Now let's just say, for example, the assignment is to create a document, and in that document I'm going to type in a to-do list. Here's what I would do. Start Windows Steps Recorder, go into your settings and edit the settings to include the last 100 screen captures, and then click on Start Record. Now I basically complete the assignment just like the book asks me to. I would come down to Start, go to All Programs, go to Accessories, find my notepad, which is here. You'll notice Notepad pops up. I'm going to type in a quick simple to-do list. 1, I need to get milk. 2, I need to wash the dog. And 3, I need to pick up the dry cleaning. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple assignment. You're comfortable up until this point. Everything's gone good. You're going to go in here and you're going to File, Save As, and I'm going to save it on my desktop as Example, and save. Now I can close my notepad. Now basically the steps of the assignment told me to do the steps that I just did. I started the recording up here with the Steps Recorder. I basically performed the steps to the assignment exactly as they were written. Then when I'm finished, I click Stop Record. Give Windows a second, and what it automatically does is created a digital steps of all the things that I just did. Let me show you. It's asking me where do I want to save my zip file, and again, just like before when I told you about the folders, I can upload a single zip file into Moodle and it can contain multiple things. So here in this case I'm going to call it Test Assignment, It's going to create a zip file right there on my desktop, and this file would be what I would upload into Moodle. Once I get it, once the instructor gets that file, this is what they're going to see. They're going to open that file, and inside is an MHT document. MHT is basically a web page in a single file format. So the instructor would then double click and open that MHT file, and as if by magic, everything that I had just done gets recorded. You'll see problem step 1 gives the date and the time. User left click on start push button in start, and it puts a little green box around where my mouse was at that time. User left click on all programs in start menu. So as I'm going down through this, you'll see it basically outlines and highlights every single step that I took in completing that assignment. There's the completion of the to-do list. There's me saving the to-do list, picking the name of the file to save as a text file, all the way down through closing of the Notepad document. Now, as an instructor, this is wonderful because I can see everything that you did. I don't have to watch a video. I can just scroll through it and look and see what you did and see if there was a problem where you went wrong. As a student, this is wonderful because now the computer does all the work. I don't have to create screenshots. I don't have to create a video of me doing something. I basically start the recording, do what I'm supposed to do, and then stop the recording. Give the file a name and upload it into Moodle. Now let's just say, for example, that the instructor wanted a little bit more. They didn't just want a simple show me the steps that you use to complete the assignment. In some cases, you will be able to add comments using the steps recorder. Again, I'm going to go into Start, type steps, and launch the steps recorder. Check my settings, make sure that I am capturing the most recent 100 screen captures, and I am. Now I'm going to begin the recording. I'm going to click Start Record. You'll notice it does say that I am recording now. The only thing that it records are mouse clicks and things like that, actions that actually take place on the desktop. So now I'm going to go down to Start, Programs, Accessories, and instead of using Notepad like I did before, I want to use WordPad. Maybe there's a question in the textbook that says, which one should you choose? If you want to add a comment to your steps recording as you are recording, do this. Come back up here to your control panel for the steps recorder, click Add Comment. You'll notice the screen gets translucent and a little box pops up. Number 3, I should choose WordPad. Click OK. And now basically go on about my process. So I'm going to go to Accessories, WordPad, and in this case I'm going to do very similar to what I did before. I'm going to type out a simple to-do list. When I'm finished, I'm going to come up here and save that to-do list. Save it on my desktop as assignment. I want to add another comment to let the instructor know that I had saved it under the correct name. So I'm going to click Add Comment again. I save the document as assignment.rtf. Click OK. So now in this particular recording, I've actually made 2 comments on top of the normal steps that I would use to complete the assignment. So I have it saved. I'm going to close that. I'm finished with the assignment. I've done everything that the book tells me to do. Now I'm going to stop my recording. It's going to pop up and ask me, what do you want to save your recording as? And in this case, I'll call it, again, test assignment. There's the zip file. And just like before, this is the file that you would actually upload into Moodle. When I get it as the instructor, I'm going to open the zip file, and there's that MHT again. I'm going to double click that. That's going to open Internet Explorer, and I can, again, just like before, see everything that you did. The difference is this time you have comments, whereas before you didn't. So you'll notice when I come to this part of the steps recording, it says user comment. Number 3, I should choose WordPad. As the instructor, I know that you made a comment there because the screen looks translucent as compared to all the other steps recordings. So okay, I'm going to scroll on down. I'm looking to see if you completed the tasks, if you did everything that you were supposed to do, and it looks like you did. Come down here. Everything looks good so far. And again, boom, I automatically know that that's going to be a comment because the screen is translucent. User comment, I save the document as assignment.rtf. When I'm finished, I can see an exact time and date representation of when you completed the assignment. You need to make sure, even though this thing is date and time stamped, that you upload it to Moodle before the due date. In this particular recording, there were 16 total steps that were recorded, 0 were missed, and 0 contained errors. So it's a real quick and easy way for you as the student to let the computer do the work. I mean, you know, if it's an introduction to computers class and you're trying to learn how to become more proficient with your computer, use the software that's there. Windows Steps Recorder is very nice, very easy to use. It will record every motion and click that you make on your screen, and when you're finished, all you do is upload that one single file into Moodle and you're done. It's a whole lot easier than trying to open a Word document, making several independent screen captures, pasting them into Word, and then saving it and uploading that to Moodle. You're going to let the computer do the majority of the work.